footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Tyler Merkovich. That's Emery Huntazar, the playbook, bringing you NFL team offseason outlook. And let's go to the Buffalo Bills at 6-10. Have a top 10 pick this year. Terrell Owens and Josh Reed, two wide receivers that are free agents. Derek Showman, a tight end who was injured last year, who is a free agent. And Ryan Denny, who was a pretty good defensive lineman for the Bills, is also a free agent. So this is a make-or-break year. They got Chan Gailey in the mix at the head coach. What are they going to do at quarterback? What are their offseason team needs? They got Aaron Maben last year. They have a lot of hope in this kid. Where are the Bills going to go?
Well, you have to start with the quarterback. They need a quarterback in the worst way. They tried to give Trent Edwards some love. Didn't work out. You know, Ron Fitzpatrick came in and played.
I mean, he had some success a couple of years ago. He got hot.
Got hot.
As time went on, they
his
saw
weaknesses
his full
started,
resume.
Right, saw his full resume. Put him out there long as his weaknesses started to be even more glaring. So they do need a quarterback. You know, are you going to draft Clausen? Are you going to draft Bradford? Are you going to build around, which is the second need, that offensive line? Are you going to build that offensive line up and take a guy like Colt McCoy in the second round? You know, so you look at, they have to get the quarterback and the offensive line. That offensive line has to be built up because they was terrible last year.
They got some good running backs, and Fred Jackson impressed me. Of course, Marshawn Lynch is always a hard runner.
Xavier, from the guy from Northwest Missouri State, backup Oman, is another good running back for these guys.
They lost Jason Peters last year, you know, and they tried to put that offensive line together fast. That's what got Jaron fired. But they got two guards they drafted last year that are young guys, Levitre. They got Brad Butler, but they really need to shore up that O-line, keep building it, and help it improve it, because this team needs some offense.
Right, you look at whether they're going to go quarterback first or O-lineman first, but those are the two top needs.
Yeah, because defense, they were banged up. They had Jarvis Bird, a great pick. He was one of the top rookies, had a bunch of interceptions at safety. They got Leotis McKelvin at one of the quarterbacks. He was banged up. Paul Posluszny, another young guy, a linebacker, he was banged up. They still got Kavika Mitchell, who maybe has a couple years. Now they draft Maben, so there's some promise on that defense.
And they're moving to a 3-4, so that's another need. They need a defensive end for that 3-4.
Yeah.
In that defense, so they're that way you're gonna utilize their strength, which is those linebackers. You know, Posluszny, Mitchell, and Maben's gonna have to step up and probably be a starter. So so they need a D end. In that a 3-4 defensive end in this draft. That's what they need to address those needs defensively.
Yeah, they had Marcus Stroud last year at the D tackle position, so we'll see where they go on the defensive line.
Yeah, I look at Buffalo. McKelvin hasn't really played up to potential yet, so they really need him to step up. I like Terrence McGee, outstanding corner, but they really need a lot of help on an offensive line. They need to get a D end. And
well, they may lose Owens now, so that leaves Evans back in the situation he was a couple years ago.
Right.
Which is no one across.
Right, you need a quadruple team.
Exactly.
So they need it. But the good thing about this draft, wide receiver depth, you can
love the wide receivers and running backs this year.
You can go 11 deep with the wide receivers this year. There are a lot of depth. You can get a guy like Marty Gilliard. You know, all you got to see what you have out of James Hardy. Is he going to be the number 2 that they need?
Terrible injury to Hardy, because he was promising. Now it's a setback.
Right.
Sean Nelson, I like that guy at Southern Miss.
Outstanding tight end.
Rookie last year they got as a value pick. He played great in the Senior Bowl and in those combines, and they got him as a steal. There was a lot of other tight ends taken ahead of him, so that's something to hope for.
Yeah, but there's a lot of optimism and promise in Buffalo. I think number one, they have to start with, they have to make those throwback uniforms permanent. You know, that's the number one key all-season need for the Buffalo Bills.
You don't like those CFL looking ones when they first came out. For more off-season team outlooks, visit youtube.com/footballgameplan, or if you want to read some articles on some off-season team needs, visit footballgameplan.com.